What's up everyone, Adam Saxon here from Guy in a Cube, and today I'm going to introduce you to apps inside of Power BI. That's coming up. Apps are new. I like new. Apps are a way that you can package, deploy, and manage a collection of purpose-built dashboards and reports to a large number of business users in your organization. That sounds a little bit like organizational content packs, doesn't it? These are not organizational content packs. I will talk about the differences between the two, and also you should know that organizational content packs will be going away over time and apps will be replacing them. So going forward, you should create apps instead of organizational content packs. Okay, let me call out some of the benefits of apps, and hopefully this will allow you to understand the differences between apps and organizational content packs. So first and foremost, apps are bound to an app workspace. App workspaces are what used to be called group workspaces. They're fairly similar in how they act and what they can do and how you create them, manage them, and whatnot. The difference here is that inside of your app workspace, you can publish an app. The app is the published version of whatever's inside of the app workspace. So that could be dashboards, it could be reports, it could be data sets, it could be Excel workbooks. Those are all items that can be packaged up inside of your app that you can then publish to users inside of your organization. Another big benefit of apps is now you have a staging environment. So items that you update or modify inside of your app workspace do not get deployed immediately to the app for people to consume. You have to update your app in order for them to see the changes. So I can go ahead and change a dashboard inside of my app workspace, and when I'm ready to publish that to the users of my app, I can go ahead and update it, and then they will see those changes immediately. So as you can manage the users of your app workspace, you can also manage who can see the app itself. So this could be everyone in your organization, or it could be specific users or groups, security groups. You may have also heard of this new thing called Power BI Premium, and this goes along with premium capacity. If you've taken advantage of Power BI Premium and you have Power BI Premium capacity, you can assign an app workspace to that premium capacity. When you do that, the apps that you publish can be used by any user in your organization. So that means free users, pro users, doesn't matter. They can all see it as long as they're inside of your organization. You cannot expose these externally of your organization at this time. To understand more about Power BI Premium and Premium Capacity, be sure to check out our documentation. Okay, enough of me babbling about apps. Let's go take a look at it. Okay, so we talked about the benefits of apps and app workspaces. Let's go actually take a look at how we can create, manage, and consume apps. So we're looking at the normal workspace when we go into Power BI. So I've got my normal dashboards. And from a workspace perspective, again, app workspaces are very similar to how the group workspaces worked. And so I can just go and create an app workspace. And we'll call this Toso App 2. I know that's going to be available. And then I can add people as members. I'll add Patrick LeBlanc, my partner in crime. Again, very similar. No real difference here from group workspaces in terms of creating them, but this is an app workspace. I'll add that. Another thing you'll see when you go to create under advanced, you will see an option here for premium on or off if your tenant has premium available and has capacity. So you can choose whether or not this workspace is part of premium, and then you can also determine which capacity it is a part of. So go check out the documentation if you're not sure about this to learn more about how to use capacities and how to use premium and how to actually take advantage of it in general. We'll go ahead and save that. The other thing to remember here with premium is that if you are using premium and you're using premium capacity for your app, then any user in your organization can use it. So free users, pro users, doesn't matter. They can use it as long as they're inside your organization. Okay, now that we've created the app workspace, let's go to that workspace. And one thing you'll notice is a diamond next to Contoso App 2. That means it is using premium capacity. So that's an indication for you that premium is being used for this group. All right. So we need to get some stuff in here. So I'll just pull in some samples just to make this quick and easy. Okay, I pulled in 2 samples here just so that we've got some dashboards, reports, and data sets. I don't have any workbooks, but if I had workbooks, those would be available as well. And one thing we can do, now that I've got data in my workspace, I can go ahead and publish an app. And so all I have to do is hit Publish App here in the upper right. and that'll take me to the app creation page. One thing you'll notice first off is there's a potential picture here for your app workspace and a color associated with it. I don't have a picture in here, but if you want to change the picture for the app workspace, you can do that in the members area of the workspace. I may not have it available here because it's still propagating, but I'll show you another workspace that I created. So if you go to members, and then up top here, you'll see the image. I can go and select that, and then I can change it to whatever I want. Okay, so that'll adjust the picture. You may have to refresh the browser for it to get picked up. Also, if you don't see the pictures here, closing the browser, reopening it will also get it to kick in. So once we have the picture there that we want, we can change the color of the background as well. If we have a given theme that we're trying to match, I need to give it a description. On the content screen, you'll see all of the content that's in your app workspace. If you don't want it to be part of this app, you need to remove it from the app workspace. You'll also see some numbers in the upper right in terms of what all is in my app or what will be in the app. And then app landing page, I can either choose a specific piece of content from a dashboard or report. I'll go and select dashboard, or I can just say none. And once that's done, I can go to the access. I can say either the entire organization has access to this or specific people. So I'll add Patrick in there again. All right, once I'm done, I can just hit finish and publish. All right, my app has now been successfully published. You'll get a URL right away. That URL you can just send to people, and as long as they have permissions to that app, they will be able to get right to the app without having to do anything else. But for the sake of this video, we will not do that. So from here, we can go to apps. You may or may not see a button here that says Get Apps, or you can go to Get Data, go to My Organization, and in here, I can just search for the app. And you'll see here Contoso App 2, that's the app that I published, and I can say Get It Now. Then we will see the app listed here. I can go ahead and delete it if I want, but then I can go into the app itself. And I will see the dashboard that I chose. From here, I can see View Related like I normally could. I can also show View App Index, which will show me all the items inside of this app. So the way people can consume apps is either one through that URL that you received when you created the app, or you can go ahead and just go to Get Data and search for the app through My Organization, and that will show the ones that you have access to. So that will allow people to discover what apps are available to them. Okay, a couple more things to show off. So what if I make a change? So if I go back to my sample here, go back to my dashboard, say I move an item to the lower right, I've updated this dashboard. If I go back to the app, the change has not been reflected here. So going back to my workspace, again, the change is reflected here. I can come in and say Publish App. And when I come into Publish App, you'll see now it says Update App. The minute I update the app, then whoever has consumed the app will see those changes. So if I go back, now the dashboard's changed. So that's pretty cool. If I want to unpublish the app, all I have to do is go to the ellipse in the upper right, and I'll see Unpublish App here. You may need to refresh your browser if you don't see it right away after you created the app, but it should be there. The other thing you'll see is if I go back to Publish App and I go to Access tab, you'll be able to get to those URLs that you had before. You'll either have direct URLs to those dashboards inside of the app, or you'll have the app URL itself. You'll also be able to view apps inside of your mobile device. Okay, as I said, this is new. I'm sure you're gonna have lots of questions. You can go and leave those down in the comments below and let me know, and I'll try to get back to you. Also, be sure to check out the documentation out on powerbi.com to get more information about how this works and to get updates when the feature is updated. You can also learn about premium capacity as well. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If it's your first time here on the Power BI YouTube channel, be sure to hit subscribe. And also you can check out my Guy in a Cube channel as well and subscribe there for weekly videos. And as always, thank you so much for watching and keep being awesome.